you say,
My name is maybe Coach Ola. I'm a coach and I coach nurses.
build me a website. And
To ask you, okay, what's your business name?
when you
Tell us your business name. What's your unique selling point? There are options that you
just click, and in 2 minutes, you have a website built for you,
Oh.
like magic.
Just like
Come
that.
again.
Just
Softlink.
dot AI.
It's like writing your assignments when you type one word, the rest
That's it.
so
Yes. Soft link dot AI.
AI.
So after this session, you can have a look. And I'm also happy to have a chat with people who don't want to have a website
How much is it?
and build. It's just £20, £22 per month. No, actually £19 per month.
Oh, that's
Yes, and if you're even going for a yearly plan, it's even cheaper. And you don't need to pay the
Developer, you don't need to pay anyone. You can just do it yourself. Pretty easy.
Wow.
Okay, so
Is it okay to have a live in the session?
okay, to take it
I
live.
think, yeah.
Oh,
Are you
oh.
on
No,
live?
I'm not showing him
Okay,
actually.
it's fine.
I'm just showing myself.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, done.
That's fine.
So it's important that
We understand that after this conversation, I'm happy to have a chat on Softly. And
we've been around for 4 years
and we have more than 300,000 users.
today,
So most of my time is spent in the technology aspect of
the
the
business. And okay, so going straight into manifesting your vision. How do we become who we want to be?
And that's the entire thing.
And there is a lot
Of gray area. People have desires, aspirations. In fact, many people call it dreams. I know what they say about dreams.
of dreams,
Are true. Ideas are
and
dying.
it doesn't. Execution is what matters, right? You can dream it, but if you don't have the resources, the knowledge, and the tools to become it, it's only going to remain a dream. And if care is not taken over a long period of time, if dreams don't manifest, they become regrets. And so, at the end of our lives, what we regret is not
What we did is
what we didn't do.
so it is important that we pay attention.
To anything that we need to do to become who we desire to be. Okay, so how do we do that? I'm going to share a framework. Okay, we're good? Good. So I'm going to share.
Okay. So I'm going to share a framework with us. It's called the 5Ws framework. Now, if you use this 5Ws framework, I hope that I have a marker. But I don't know. I don't have a marker, so I hope you can see it. So the 5Ws framework, right? 5Ws framework. 5Ws, right? Now, may I ask, what's more important? Your why. There's a book, a popular book, but I would say, what is more important? Your why or who you are?
Who you are, or
Why you do what you do, which is more important, which should come first?
Who you are first.
Who you are. Excellent. So the first W is who are you? Who are you? Now, this is a very important question because we must know who we are before we can determine where we're going. And I would say that there are 3 categories of people, right? The first is an artist. Now, you know that one of the gifts that we can give is the gift of love.
the most important gift. The second most important gift that any
Human being can give is the gift of labor. Now, the principle I'm going to be sharing on this subject, on who you are, is Tony Robbins' principle called the three
gifts of labor.
the 3 gifts of labor. Now, many of us, I'm going to be very practical here. We experienced
Firsthand, the gift
of labor from CJ. Right. When we
experienced a massage,
and we could see that that is a gift. She wasn't
doing it necessarily as a service.
right. Yes, it's a service, but what she was doing was given a gift.
And what gift was she given? The first gift that we give in our gift of labor
Is the gift of an artist. So we could be an artist. Now, who is an artist? An artist is a photographer, a filmmaker, makeup artist, public speaker, software developer. They are all artists. Someone who loves to do things, right? Who loves to get the work done. That is an artist. So that's the first kind of gift. So you might know that this is what I really like to do. I'm an artist. I like to design. I like to, create graphic. I like to play tennis. A footballer is an artist, right? And they're giving that gift of labor. The second gift that you can give because of our time, right, is the gift of a manager. Now, there are people, it seems they don't have talent, it seems that they're not interested in doing things, but they love to manage people. They can organize people and say, okay, this is where we're going, this is what we need to do. They will spend time plan. Oh, you don't have to do, no problem, I'll help you write your to-do. They will give each person the to-do and break the task down and coordinate efforts to make sure that a goal is realized, right? So you must know, because this is your nature. And it is important that you understand your nature to craft a vision. So that, because many people want to become who they are not. And that is why it's always accidental, and always very catastrophic when you try to become who you're not. People are never fulfilled in that state, okay? And so it's important to know, are you an artist or are you a manager? The third gift of labor that you can give is the labor of an entrepreneur. Now, who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who loves to create product services, right? Coordinate efforts to create different innovation, right? And they are in it for what? For the money. They are in it for the profit and what they can do with it. So either they want to impact the world, they want to create a change, they want to, run a charity. They have different ambitions. Entrepreneurs are in any business for what's the maximum return I can get from this. What can I put my effort in that will give me a huge return, a huge upside? And they are in it for the Jews, the Admiralim. They love taking risk. So are you someone who you just love taking risk? You don't mind. If someone comes to tell you that this is an idea, you are the person that will say, okay, is this good? Does it make sense? Let's do it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not 2 weeks time, not 2 years time. Let's do it now. How much do you need? 10,000. I don't have 10,000 pounds. Can we start something with 1,000 pounds? We can. Good. I have 1,000 pounds. Okay. The person asked, how much from this 1,000 pounds are you willing to put in this thing? Say, but you say you need 10,000 pounds. I have 1,000. I'll put all the 1,000. It's too much risk. Why not put 100 pounds and say, don't worry. Let's start with 1,000. They can risk it all because they know the upside. These are people who can decide not to work, right? And they will take that effort and just go ahead and keep doing what they are doing until it works. They can spend 10 years without profit. They can spend 5 years without profit. They are the hustlers, okay? And they are the ones that just love to do it because of what? The economics. So the question, therefore, which I want you to write down, because it's not. This is a conversation, but more importantly, it's a transformation process. Who are you? Are you an artist, or you are a manager, or are you an entrepreneur? Now, one important thing to know is that when you are the most excited, you always default to your nature. Now, when you're also depressed, right, and sad, you fall back to your nature. And that's why when things don't go well with the business, if an hairdresser has a business and she has 20 hairdressers at some point, and all of a sudden everything collapses, right, and the business is no longer growing, she will go back to just doing hairdressing for maybe children or for her own children or something. She will still go back to being that hairdresser. You go back to your nature. When the business doesn't go well, the manager wants to change the process. He wants to manage the situation. See, okay, who should we fire? What new vision should we craft? Do we need new employees? Do we need new talents to work in this regard? If the business fails, an entrepreneur, right, what does it do? If it packs that business up and start a new one. That's what they do, right? If the business succeeds and they sell the business at, say, £1 billion, guess what it does? It says £1 billion good, it will start a new one again. So when you're successful, you default to your nature. When you fail, you still default back to your nature, which is why it's important that you know your nature. So can I ask you, who are you?
I'm a teacher.
So from this, who are you? Artist, manager, or entrepreneur? An entrepreneur. Now let me say this, that we all have these gifts in different dimensions, in different levels. So some of us might be 70% artists, and some of us will be 30% entrepreneurs. Now let me give you an example. So you see, you can have someone who is a psychologist, and he has certain patients, and you tell him, he thinks that he's an entrepreneur. because he started a psychology practice. But no, he's just an overproductive artist. So there are artists that can start businesses and start new things and do this and do that, but they're not entrepreneurs. Now, go and ask that person, can you sell this business? Right? Sell it and go and do something else. They will tell you no. What? So how much do you start a business? I started with £10,000, okay? Sell it to us at £100,000 today, or maybe £200,000. They will still tell you no. What will I do with all my psychology patients? I'll pass them to you or what? Yes, no. I'm a psychologist. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So that's how you know that psychologist is never going to do that business. He's not an entrepreneur, right? Because an entrepreneur will be like, good, excellent. I started with £10,000. This is £200,000. That's 20 times profit. Give it to me. I'm going to go and start it. An entrepreneur is not passionate about the product because the product can change. So an entrepreneur is not passionate. We are selling water today. This water is no longer bringing profit. Who can sell Coke? Coke. Let's make Coke and start selling it. He's not interested in whatever we're selling. Whether we're selling water, Coke, anything. He is a need for the juice, for the risk, for the innovation, for the change that is making in the society, and for the profit. Okay? Because he's taking loans, he's risked everything, sold his house, maybe, sold his car, he's living poor because he wants that big exit. That's an entrepreneur. So if you see someone who tells you that I'm an artist or I'm an entrepreneur, but in reality, maybe he's an artist, but he thinks that because he starts a business, he's an entrepreneur. How will you know? Ask that person, have you lost money? Can you lose everything and start something else? That is the test. So you find out that they can't. But the entrepreneurs love risk and they don't mind it. And that is the nature. So let me ask, who are you?
I'm a bit of both artist and entrepreneur.
Exactly. So there are artists who can also be entrepreneurs. Okay? But the dimension is different. So sometimes you might find out that the kind of entrepreneur that you need to be is actually something at this level. Because I can break that down further. Do you know that there is self-employed, right? And there is being a business owner, and there is being an entrepreneur. Those three things are different. Being self-employed is different from being a business owner. Being a business owner is different from being an entrepreneur. So you can start a business, but not be an entrepreneur. Now, why am I putting this in context? Some of us will very quickly realize that it is in our own best interest to make money from maybe working a 9 to 5, right? It might be in our own best interest to make money from working in a 9 to 5, right? And then taking our money, salary, and invest in stock for that increase, or invest in new businesses and get a profit. Rather than doing what? Rather than starting a business or starting an entrepreneurial endeavor on our own. Because when you know your nature, you might be a manager. So in reality, what you might like to do is to find visionary entrepreneurs and work with them. So if you look at Elon Musk, there's a lady that works with him at SpaceX. Her name is Gwen Shotwell, I think. Yeah. She is the operations manager. So Elon Musk is most times maybe not even around in SpaceX. Because why? The artists who are the scientists building the rockets, they're doing their own work, right? The manager who is, running the operations, they're doing his work. The entrepreneur only comes and says, what are we doing? Yeah, change this, change this, change this. The entrepreneur is a salesman. He's going out there to sell, to make sure that they are profitable. We're not making money. Why are we not making money? What can we do? So it's more like that change in that driving force in the business. He doesn't necessarily run the business. So you might find out that if you're a manager, your calling might be to find good companies to work with and manage people, or to find good entrepreneurs and work with them. Okay? Or build a personal brand. So any of these require personal branding, but you must first know who you are. Because there are managers who are public speakers, they speak and share from their experience. There are artists who are public speakers, there are also entrepreneurs who are public speakers. And as you will notice, I fall between these, artist and entrepreneur. I don't like to manage, right? I've had to manage people at some point, but I don't enjoy it, So I'm more of an entrepreneur and an artist because I have creative skills, I have innovation skills, and I have, entrepreneurship endeavors. So the first W is who are you? The second one is what you focus on. What you focus on. Now, most people focus on different things, right? Now, you can focus on the past, you can focus on the present, and you can focus on the future. where do you focus? Past, present, or future? Just if you look at it, what do you really spend time thinking about? If you think, do you focus on the past? Do you focus on present or the future?
The future and the present. Future.
Most times. Okay, so in over 10, what percentage, or over 100, what percentage do you spend thinking about the future?
Over 10, like 9.
Okay, so 90%, you spend thinking about the future and 10% on the present. Okay, how about you?
Well, I focus more on the future.
The future, how many percent?
I would say 85.
85. Okay, who here loves to focus on past?
I also focus on past with the remaining percent
You reflect
and present.
on the past. Okay, you focus on the future and you live in the present.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, it's good to spend time thinking about the future, but maybe not 90%, because you still have to figure things out now.
Yeah.
So maybe 60-70%, because in the end, the future will one day be your present if you do it right. So spending that percentage of time thinking about the future, make sure that it ensures you keep moving forward. Okay. Now, looking at 30% or 40% of what you're doing now will let you know what you need to do to improve. Then looking at past mistakes will let you know what to do, not to do again. And so understanding that there is the power of focus, right? What you focus on is critical to where you're going. And it is good to spend time focusing on the future. Okay? I will not spend too much time there. What you do with your body. What do you do with your body?
Gym.
What you do with your body. Okay.
Sleep.
How many percent of communication is movement? Do you know that communication, largely, 60% of communication is not even in words, is in how we move. Your body gestures. And so, if you look at it in detail, our psychology and our physiology rather accounts for nearly 70 to 80% of how we view life and how we live life. The yoga coach this morning said something. Said if you just laugh and fake it, so your brain does not know the difference.
Yeah.
And that's it. So if you're feeling sad and all of a sudden you jump up and you start dancing, you will find that you feel very different, because human beings, we're full of chemical being, isn't it? And so once those chemicals are released, they shape our feelings and emotions. And our feelings affect our perspective of life, especially when we maintain them for a long period of time. That's why they say some people are depressed. It's not because they were sad ones, it's because they spent a lot of time there. You know, because what you spend time doing, your body learns and absorbs. So if you spend time working out, if you spend time dancing, if you spend time enjoying and having a good time, you will find out that it will change your body. So people look at Elon Musk. He sells a business, starts one, starts another, starts this. You look at Jeff Bezos, who resigned in Amazon, went to resume, at Blue Origin, another company. Why? It's because they've spent time doing the same thing over and over and over again. You want to be a public speaker? Just speak often. That's it. So once you do things more often, right, with your body, you absorb it. And so it's important that we look at we take care of our health and wellness and become more active. Sometimes when I want to run a marketing campaign, you know what I do? If I want to run a marketing campaign and I see like I have like the next 3 months very busy for me, I get started in the gym. I have a mini gym in my house, I have a treadmill, I have dumbbells, but sometimes I feel that is not enough. I want to hit the gym. And when I do it daily, every day, I just come back with so much strength. Even my team members will be like, what? How do you do this every day, right? And you show up every day. It's because I first had to wire my body to make sure that my body can do what I want to do. So some of us also need to take that body into situation. You want to become a better photographer, carry your body, take pictures more, right? You want to become a better photographer, you want to become a better public speaker, go with the public speaker to events. Show up at events, stand there, do something. You're invited to speak more often. So what you do with your body has a lot of influence on who you become, right? And manifesting your vision. So somebody says, I want to become an hairdresser, but they're not dressing any hair, for 6 months. How do you do that? You want to become a photographer, you are not taking pictures for 3 months and you're happy. How do you do that? Do you understand? So what you do with your body. So if you write it down, so write 3 actions now. This is what I will do with my body in respect to where I'm going. So do 3 actions, 3 things that you will start doing consistently on a daily basis. Now, the 4th thing, which is very important, is who you need. Who you need. Who you need. Who you need. Have you written those 3 actions down? Okay, give you a minute. Our time is almost up. Oh. Oh, a business speech? Ah, okay, I see. That's interesting. Now, who do you need to become who you want to be? Now, share the category of people. The first one, right? You need a mentor, a coach, a sponsor. Right? I'll share the second category. So there's category A, you need a mentor, you need a coach, you need a sponsor. What's the difference? Mentors are people who can check on you, give you advice, who guide you on a wide variety of life. So a mentor can be there. In fact, sometimes our parents can be our mentors. You go back to them often, over and over again. They are friends or senior colleagues that can mentor you. However, a coach is somebody that works with you to achieve a clear goal. So if you have a clear goal, in fact, if you don't have a coach, you don't have a goal. So you look at footballers, I want to become the best football player. Every outstanding athlete has a coach. Think about that for a minute. Every outstanding athlete has a coach, whether footballer, running, swimming, basketball, anything. And a coach will tell you, hold you accountable. This is what you need to do to become who you are. Michael Jordan is one of the few, maybe the only person who won, the NBA championship award, best player 3 times in a row, retired for maybe 10 years or so, and came back and won it again 3 times in a row. Think about that. Now, what was he doing? It was when he came back and he was potting 5,000 shots every day. He wakes up, goes to the court, 5,000 every day, and he had a coach that was working with him. The coach, this is the regimen. You want to become that, then this is what you have to do. So when he doesn't feel like waking up, the coach will be there to break the door open and say, let's go. Why? Because you said you want something, and my job is to get it for you. My job is not to make you feel nice, rosy, creamy. I'm not interested. I want you to get that goal, because I know that if you get it, you're going to be happier, you achieve your goals, and you say thank you to me. If you can't say thank you to me, I haven't done my job. So show up. So that is a coach, different from a mentor. A mentor can even be nice to you. They are not very worried. They can, whether it works, it doesn't work. When you come back, you say, okay, sorry. They calm you down and say, let's go again. A coach is not there. So a mentor can provide emotional support. That's not the job of a coach, right? A coach can choose to be emotionally intelligent, yes. Right? That's not to say that the coach is a cruel person. No, that's not the personality of a coach. But they are very focused on the goal. They are only loyal to the goal, not to you. A mentor is loyal to you. A coach is loyal to what you want to achieve. All right? Good. The third category is a sponsor. Who is a sponsor? A sponsor is someone that recommends you, that opens doors for you, that sees opportunity and says, come, I have something, I think you can take this opportunity. Somebody who is in the rooms that you're not. So if you want to grow in your career, you say, I want to become a nurse. You need to find a mentor nurse, a coach, a nurse to coach you, and you need to find a sponsor. So in your organization, you can find a sponsor, a director, high level, that is in rooms that you're not present, that needs to say, that can call your name, and you need to build relationships with these people. So you must find a mentor who would mentor you on these matters. You must also have a coach who will coach you to become what you need to become. And to refer back to what she said, she was rushing, right? I won't rush. She was rushing and she spoke about the healthcare expert program that she just launched. If you're interested, I'll be calm about it. If you're interested in becoming a nurse at a high level and growing in career, or as a nurse you want to start a business, you want to do something outside, you want to build a personal brand, you want to make money from speaking engagement or making online courses and all that, So there are two routes, either career or business, you need to sign up. And I'm not saying this to marketer, I'm saying this because I know it for a fact. Not having a coach to guide you to execute on something, right, is a shortcut to failure. Because that means that you will think that you have all the time, and you don't. There are people who have different ambition and dreams. 5 years ago, they will say, I should have started last year. I have a friend, sent me a message now. There is a particular visa. Someone sent me a message this morning and said, they've gotten their global talent visa because, I engaged that person. The friend that recommended that person wants to apply for global talent visa. She's not applied. The person that she recommended to me, right, and I guided her to do it, has gotten the visa this morning. So she's not telling me that, maybe me too, I should apply. She should have applied 2 years ago.
You're just thinking about
Exactly. So because she has not, considered having a coach or someone to hold them accountable. So if you have all the time, I can become where I don't care. But a coach, paying for a coach will ensure that you show up.
My transport is outside.
Excellent.
Sorry.
So paying for a coach will ensure that you are held accountable and that you have to do what? You have to make it happen. So please, I'm saying it again, if this is something that interests you, consider committing to it and getting started. Now, the third category of people to run through this, you need the action, the last why. CJ, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yes,
This is
thank
amazing.
you so much. Thank you. And I have to say too, your golden hands, amazing. What actions? Okay. So, what actions you take? What actions do you take on a daily basis? That's the last W. What actions you take on a daily basis, which is basically to do. You must write down, what must I do daily to achieve what I need to achieve. Most likely, it can be resources. Most likely, I've told you the kind of people that you need, okay? Because it's people. The answer is in the people, okay? Now, what actions you need to do? It might be networking events. Do I need to go for networking events? Write it down. How many networking events will I go to once in a month, or maybe twice in 3 months, whatever? Create a plan. Do I need a website for my business to launch? What do I need to launch? Do I need a marketing team? What actions will you take on a daily basis? So I can't speak too much on this because different actions for different routes and different goals. You want to become a footballer, separate actions. Maybe get a club, find a coach, pay for it, right? Or get someone to sponsor that. You want to become a first-class student, there are separate actions that you have to take. You want to become an healthcare expert, there are separate actions that you have to take. So write it down today. After this presentation, these are the set of actions that I need to take to become who I want to be. Thank you very much, and that's my time. I went off. Is it back on now?
No, I'll change the battery where for the switch off.
Again, okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
got a handful. Thank you so much.
So, any questions?
I told
Okay.
you that I had a crush. Now
I'm
you
coming
know.
to ask you personally. Sorry,
Okay.
you mentioned you started with filmmaking. Are you still doing that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the filmmaking.
yes. I
Like
still have the
editing,
business.
you
Yeah.
edit. Oh,
Yes, we still have a team that does that, yes.
I'm a
Okay.
drama
Any questions?
minister, so.
Ah, okay. So I'll be here. Let me.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you, Daniel. If I'm going to ask you your take home, I know there's a lot. We have tomorrow while we are leaving, we'll have the feedback and take home. You have to digest all of this and come back for the feedback. We're going to be recording each of the feedback sessions properly. So digest all of it. I know it's a lot and it seems like we are rushing. It's just like there's a lot as well that you can do and you know that you also need to know. So we're going to go quickly into the business pitch. Okay, so this is what you do. I know you have what you want to do ahead. So take about 1 minute. What, like everything we have said, right? Now come and tell us your best self. Win me over to you today to buy a product from you or to patronize, she wants service, because I also want to patronize you, right?
Yeah, but what's the other mic? The CJ takes the other mic. But who can
You have it? Okay. All right, so for the business speech, if you have any products you want to display, you can put it on the table, right? And so you can put it on the table, whatever products you want to talk to us about. So you will have just in 1 minute your best self, your best speech ever, right? Maybe what you have been doing before or what you want to do. Just think of the best way, like I've talked about how your UVP, what do you want to offer, you know, and who are you tired of it. So just put something together. Yeah, who is going first? Okay. And I have just to circulate the expert, KSK expert program there in the folder that wants to go around. And there's a QR code there if you want to sign up today to take advantage of the 50% discount. And I really mean this. Once it goes out, it's going to be 6,000. Yeah, so that's QR
Okay,
code.
let me just stop.
Yeah, okay, so we have the 1 minute.
To come out. I can sit.
Yeah, you can come here, yeah, please. And you come with your card so that you can hold the card. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. 1 minute speech. You can hold it actually, yeah. Individual pitch, 1 minute speech.
1 minute individual.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon, young ladies. And I'm Grace once again, and my name is Joshua here. And we're here for research. I'm sure everyone enjoyed the personal branding and the self-discovery piece that we had today. So just shortly about myself, and I've actually been thinking about so many businesses because I'm more into like the digital content creation space and the IT thing. And I realized that a lot of young upcoming people, they actually find it difficult to navigate content creation. So I had a team, and then because I'm into project management, so I was able to like create some plan and actions and everything, you know. So this thing I'm doing, like I'm trying to use it to build myself. So I'm not working as a project manager, but I'm working as a senior project officer. So I'm kind of like trying to do what my manager does, you know, like following up with actions and all those things with the business that I want to do. So I intend to create a platform that helps young, growing YouTubers, content creators actually, be it Facebook, be it TikTok, be it just any social media platform, just to get to monetize. So that's what I actually want to do. And so far, we've not yet launched it because we're still in the planning phase. And myself and my team, we've just been having the back and forth. So, but what we're trying to do at the moment is just to like have like several contents already done, just so that once we go live, we'll be able to, it will not be so much on us. And we have a lot of strategy like to advertise it, pay for so many things, and it is actually expensive, but yeah, we'll get it done because I already learned from this lecture, it's like you have to spend to get something. You get, I'm putting myself up there for me to be like a coach also to upgrowing people, and I feel that it's going to also help me to build me. And I'm actually also not a public speaker normally, but when I met Nurse Coach Ola, the last reset, and then I even told her that she should not even include me into any public speaking. But then I joined the mentorship program, and I have some mentors that I'm looking after, and so far they've been like giving me feedback. Oh, thank you so much for the time. I'm like, okay, what can I do? Yeah, so, and it's been going very well. Like when I give them things to do, they just give it back to me that same day, and I'm like, this is wowing me myself. So yeah, that's basically all about me. Thank you.
Thank you. Grace. Yeah, that's very good. She actually told me that she doesn't want to speak, but now she's a mentor in the SQSK. So I have a mentorship academy, and she's one of our mentors. So thank you, Grace. So I want to see your business launch, and I'm happy to work with you. Thank you for sharing. Remember that the best speech here has €100 voucher towards the next reset. Okay?
Oh,
So,
okay. I just
Who's
stopped.
going
I didn't even
second?
think about anything.
Yes, who is second? Yes. Thank you. Please let's try to maintain the time. I don't want us to be
Sorry.
chased off. Yeah.
Hi guys, so I'm Landis. Like I said before, that I'm into beauty, mainly